Hello and welcome, I'm Raziel, and so today I thought, I've been playing a lot of Bolt Action. The game is a lot of fun. It's a very well made game. It's enjoyable. It's really good fun. I've enjoyed my games playing it. However, it's kind of not clicking with me. I don't know what it is. I can probably think that it's probably guess, I should say. I find if you're doing, like myself, a specific regiment, such as the Desert Rats, I kind of shoehorn myself into only being able to use certain units and certain guns, certain tanks, etc. And the historical side of it, that like if a unit's meant to lose, or if a side's meant to lose and they win, it does kind of get on my nerves a little bit. So, where I'm still going to continue playing it and collecting some, it's not going to be a priority game for me. It's still going to be Wild West Exodus and Conquest with Kings of War and Firefight second. George's Dread is such a small game anyway. I'm actually quite happy with what I got. So, this is kind of this thing where can you dislike good things and can you like bad things? Now, that's kind of an interesting question, as it's something I see quite a bit. It's not just wargaming in general, it's, movies, video games, comics, books, etc. Something can be bad and yet enjoyable, and something can be good and you can find it, it's just not to your liking, even if it is, the sort of thing you would normally go with and not be, be usual, just the usual and not be unusual to you. I've said before, I'm not really into Trench Crusade because even though the aesthetics is very much up my alley, it's something I've seen done better in other places. The Bloodborne and Dark Souls-esque models, the atmosphere from Darkness, the first video game, the Hell versus Heaven sort of battle is very close to Spawn. I've seen it done better, and so it doesn't really appeal to me if I know if I can enjoy the same sort of genre in or setting in more better done. I don't know what a good word for that one is. So here's the thing: liking something is always going to be a subjective thing, and I think with wargaming, it's far more personal to oneself than any other form of media. Basically, because of the amount of time you've got to spend doing it. It's not just playing the game, it's building the models, painting them, learning the rules, learning the lore, and all of that before anything else. Like, you like to design your armies a particular way, you choose different models because of how they look, and it gives you a lot of freedom and choice within it. And I think when it came to Bolt Action with me, I didn't feel as much freedom as I would like. It's another reason why I prefer Conquest for First Blood compared to the Last Argument of Kings, because the Last Argument of Kings building an army is very restrictive, and it's something I'm not a big fan of. The models are great, but it's a skirmish game, so even though you can build really big armies with it as well, for a skirmish game, you can build a fantastically large army. And yet, again, this sort of restriction that it has on the average person just to play the Last Argument of Kings is a bit of a turn off for me. And same again with Bolt Action. I find that if you are doing a particular regiment and you want to be historically accurate, you're going to be restricting yourself a lot. It's not a bad thing. I mean, some people like the restrictions and like uh, the fact that you have these very strong boundaries that you cannot you can't go over. And also, very a lot of people do paint, different styles of games, models for Bolt Action. Again, with me, I have to be historically accurate, so I'm painting a lot of browns, which isn't a fun color to paint in the first place. I mean, it's not white because white's a lot harder to paint, but browns can be quite a dull color to paint. So there's that aspect too. You're kind of restricted in how your army looks as well. You don't have much freedom to go out and paint however you want. I know like I said, a lot of people do paint their models however they wish, and I'm all for that. I think that's a great thing to do, but I know this is a me thing, not an overall thing. So I'm well aware that it's me that is causing this particular problem. Now, when it comes to, and that's kind of my reasons, but I get why people like it. I get why people enjoy it. I can read the rule books and say, yes, this is a good game. I've been into wargaming for 30 years. I can pick up a wargaming rule book and tell if a game's going to be fun or not, going to be good or not. And that's kind of a thing. So, but I think when it comes to your own attitude towards a game, whether you like it or not, is down to you. So, yeah, just because something's good and you don't like it, it's really nothing that made big of a deal. I just think it's a good way that you should be able to express yourself on that you don't like something even though people enjoy it. Now, when it comes to bad games and enjoying them, it tends to be more controversial and more contrarian. People don't like something, but you do. I've said before, I like the Spawn movie, I like the Green Lantern movies. Those are movies I enjoy. Yeah, I can see they're bad. I can look at it technically and objectively and say these are bad movies. And that's fine. I enjoy them because I think they're fun. I just think they're, I just enjoy doing it. And then that's the only argument you should have if something's bad and you enjoy it. Now, Warhammer 40k, not the New Age of Sigmar, I haven't played that yet, is a bad game. It's a bad game, all right? And the models lately have been subpar. And even though I don't enjoy it, I can understand why people might enjoy it. I can understand why people would, play the game and enjoy it. It's not just because of my opinion or how I view the game. It's because they like it. And I think that's the only argument you should give, where if something's bad and something you don't enjoy and you continue doing it, is because, well, you like it. There shouldn't be any form of controversy or further argument other than that. You can pick up points on why you enjoy it or why you like it, but unlike not liking a good game, you kind of do have to have this better explanation on what you don't like about it. When it's just meant to be fun and just meant to be, to be enjoyed, something bad could just be that reason you enjoy it. It overflows and, issues with said games can become, part of the thing you enjoy, Maybe you like the idea of that your army is super overpowered, or, like if the Space Marines are super overpowered. Maybe you enjoy that sort of power fantasy that comes with it. Or maybe you like playing the weak army, which is, badly underpowered, because you like to feel like the underdog, and therefore every victory is, better for you. It feels far greater because it's been the hardest struggle. And yeah, I get this, and I think it's good reasons to play a game. Anyway, these are just like my thoughts. I am going to be doing a video with my models soon. I've just got to make sure I've got to pick out the right models, because I'm not showing them all off, because there's lots. And I'm glad some people have been liking my pictures. I've been going to post some more soon. I'm just clearing up a lot of grey at the moment before I buy anything new. And that's it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. I hope to see you all again soon. And if you wish to save money on your wargaming, don't forget to go down to Wayland Games down below to save up to 20% and free delivery after £20. Also, I've got to mention, they got this point system that for every £100 you get £1 back. And so basically it works out around about up to 21% off, because you get that extra 1% with the points, and you can save them up to buy things. It's not money off, it's actually, store credit, which I think is fantastic. So yeah, worth giving them a go. There's Forbidden Planet as well, if you like comics, mangas, etc. And there is also my merchandise and my comics there down below, and Skyforge, never forget Skyforge, and finally Patreon, because business.